Hello and welcome to another episode of AI Ranch, where we look how AI is affecting individuals, businesses around the world. And today I'm really excited because I have my old friend Elvis, who is a technology enthusiast and who, like, honestly, one of the best computer programmers that I know. We also had experience. We a couple of years made computer games together. And Elvis in general have experience from cybersecurity, hardware, software, almost any kind of technology things. And recently, how long it has been, like 1 year or 2 years?
Around 1 year.
1 year, you have been focusing on cybersecurity, and even more recently, there's a lot of AI-related topics in cybersecurity. Uh, Also, you have
It's cybersecurity.
cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Thanks for creating. You also have this radio show. It's daily, right?
It's every Tuesday.
Okay, so a once a week radio show where you talk about these issues, and also lots of social media presence and a thought leader in this field. So I'm really thankful for your time and welcome.
Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that.
So tell me a little bit of your background. Like, what's your story, and what led to you? The computer programming, the technology itself, cybersecurity, and these things.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we made games together. So that was my passion. 20 years ago, when I started programming, I started with computer games. That's what I love, and
You still love computer games?
yeah, well, that's a hard question because I am passionate about what I do, not vice versa. So now I communicate about cybersecurity, scammers, and stuff, and I really love it. So that's a complicated situation. So it's complicated relationship regarding games. I probably, if I made them right now, I would love them, but now there is a new kind of affair. And then, yeah, after a few years of programming, I met you. We made games together. And then somehow I switched to security, and I worked in a security-related American company as a security specialist. I worked there for more than 3 years. Probably another scammer calling. Sorry, yeah, yeah. So scammers calling all the time. I have multiple phones here.
How many phones you have?
Yeah, I have like 6 phones currently, but
Do you carry 6 phones?
no, I don't carry. These are the two main ones right now because there is one particular scammer, investment scammer calling to this phone, and then there are lots of WhatsApp scams going on here. So they send me lots of.
Well, what is the longest you have been communicating with some scammer?
Oh, it's usually a few hours. So the longest probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours in a single
So
call.
I was thinking that you communicate all the way, like for months, maybe.
Oh yeah, I meant a single call. Of course, lots of scammers have been communicating with me for months now, and they still think that I will transfer them the money, and I'm like, wait a minute, just a second, I will send you the payment, and then I send the fake documents, and
We definitely need to make this AI automated.
Yep, totally. I'm actually thinking about that, creating a tool that can fake any payment, but not making it public so that people don't use these tools.
I know some companies that are using like it's on borderline to legal, I believe, but they're using AI automated SMS systems to negotiate deals automatically. Basically, people don't know that they are communicating like 10 SMS messages with AI system, and then they filter out, okay, this guy is willing to sell me this property or with that discount, and then they engage.
Yeah.
This is happening now.
Yeah, there are lots of these examples where there are systems that scan all the applicants to a job, and then a guy created an AI that creates applications and then sends them to a bot that filters them. So actually AI communicating with AI. So this is where we are going right now.
Scammer bots communicating.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, okay, you started with your journey. So this was the cybersecurity, but if I remember correctly, that was like also related to the game, cybersecurity, some games.
No, that was only one of our clients, but there it was protection against hacking, against.
There was, I think, some also interesting story, not mentioning exact names of the companies, but the idea that you will have some kind of computer game which is running on
Yep.
servers in China.
Yes, and our solution was protecting the server code, not the client, because people in China, especially those ones could not be trusted, and they could steal the code and run them on their own servers.
Not the end users, but the
Yeah.
server company.
Yeah, that
steals
was a weird client, but it was a really big client. Yeah, and after that, I moved on. So after almost every company or every few companies, I tried my own business, always failed, and then I moved back to working in different fields as a programmer, always as a programmer, and with some touch of security. Because of my security background, people always ask me, hey, what about this, what about that? So I've always been learning new stuff about security, and for fun, implementing some cryptography algorithms just for fun, not for actual production use, so that I understand how they work. And then it was, I think, 2022, Amazon came and offered me a job offer. So I already signed a contract and to move to Canada.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a big thing. That's when my social networks blew up. So I applied for a visa for the whole family, and we almost moved. But then COVID came, and actually it was during COVID. It was the period when I went through these interviews. I got the offer. I signed I signed the contract. I applied for visa, and then the visa process went way too long. So we had to move in October 2022, but the visa was still not there, not ready, until it was ready in January. And so I got all the papers to actually move, and then Amazon said, we need to chat, we need to have a call. And I was like, okay, I know where this is going, probably no job. So we had a call, and they said, well, there is this big layoffs and stuff, so we will have to terminate the contract with you, and we'll pay you the what it's like leaving bonus or something like that.
So you got paid from
Yeah.
Amazon without working. You know?
Yeah, so I'm now thinking, should I add this to my CV or not? Because I actually had a contract with them. And during that period, I also left my job, started a new job at a different company. Then I told them that I'm thinking about moving to Canada, and they laid me off. So big depression hit. And in 2023, I was really depressed about, I couldn't get a job because nobody will take me to work for them like for 2 months, because I'm moving to Canada. So I started reading a lot before they terminated the contract. Started reading how to do these social things, because my social networks blew up. started experimenting, started with disassembling devices and show how they work, telling about programming, like tried everything. And then I once posted how I messed with one scammer online. I was doing this all the time before that, but I thought this is like nobody would
What
be.
did you do? Let's go.
So I was searching for a new phone, and I found a fake ad, and not ad, but a listing, fake listing on Facebook Marketplace. I saw that the price is too low, and
Unreasonable, right?
yeah, and the person is from Ukraine, moved to Latvia, and lives somewhere far from Riga, as always, like they always do. And I posted this online like for fun, but I never thought that somebody would be interested in this, because like who is interested in scammers? And I was so wrong. It blew up immediately. The story was fun. Like I even found who the person is. I sent them their pictures.
Scammer?
Yeah. Like I sent like casually just sent their WhatsApp picture with I asked like, is this your wife? Because he was together with another person there. And yeah, that was fun. And that's how I started posting about security and stuff. And all my posts since then just blew up. And I was like, okay, I'm onto something. And it's actually useful, because the problem was, my depression was because I worked for lots of companies, and all the projects that I worked for were thrown out. Like,
Oh,
yeah, like as it is always.
there were this famous like a situation in Microsoft. You think you can frequently look it up in Google or in Perplexity. Is that there was this well, this is common in large corporations. They have this huge new product they're building the
Yeah.
team, and then they cancel the product.
Yeah.
And then what happened was that these engineers either they left or they stayed and become like the parasites of the
Yeah.
company, because they didn't have any motivation. They just wanted to get all of the benefits that I can get.
Yeah. So none of my work since I started programming in professionally in 2006 have, and actually since I started programming in 2001, none of them are still alive. Like all of them dead. And that's when my big depression hit, because basically since 2006 I have just sat at my computer and earned money, and that's it. That's all I have left in this world here. So I wanted to change that, and with this cybersecurity, posting it online and all of this stuff, I finally saw some meaning to my life. And yeah, and I actually, before that, I read the book. It was Lean Startup. Do you know the book?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Rice, I think.
Yeah, Eric Ries. And the book was really good, and I didn't know where to apply this knowledge. And then I finally saw in social networks, as I said, I tried one thing, another, and this was my lean
Methodology.
Yeah, lean methodology applied to social networks. And that's how I found out what to create content about.
Do you know Alex Hormozy?
Yeah, no, I know.
Also a good guy for this kind of.
Yeah, there are lots of these people who have made significant impact on how I look at stuff I do online and even offline, even how you purchase products at home. Don't go and just purchase everything because you like it. Just do it lean way, like buy 2 things of everything, and whenever you are down to one, you buy another one. So that's like lean methodology to stuff at your home.
So it seems like that if Amazon would come back now, you did not accept anymore the offer?
No, not anymore. They're a weird company. They actually offered me to move to Amazon again. Yeah, so I'm like, what? You just...
Maybe you should accept and collect the bonus again.
Yeah, so you just fired me and now you want me again? Like,
then accept it and wait for visa for really
yeah,
long time.
yeah.
That might be a passive income.
Yeah, that somebody already suggested me doing that, but if they actually accept me this time, then if I say no, then my doors are shut to Amazon, so that's risky.
Right, yeah, if you yourself say no one,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
will delete from the database.
And probably this time they will accept me. So yeah.
But then you still write in your LinkedIn and other pods like C++ programmer, even though right now you're doing something else. Like why is that?
I'm actually not doing something else. I'm still a C++ programmer. I'm programming for a company called it's Aktiessabiedrība, whatever it's in English, Capital, and I program them all these ERP systems or enterprise resource planning systems that they
In
use
C++.
in C++. Yes, C++ is
and C++.
yeah, C++ is a great language now. Since C++ 20, it's awesome. It has coroutines and stuff like that, and it's so easy to use. Like I I I had thoughts about leaving C++ and moving to Go, but now when C++ has all these nice features, not anymore.
Well, if any listeners want to like learn programming, then C++ is the kind of the solid fundament for any computer programming language that has been out there since what? Since early like 80s, 70s.
80s, yeah.
So it's if you want to understand like to the hardware level, to the high level,
Yeah,
it's all
C++, if you use like modern C++, it will be higher level with all the abstractions for everything, like for memory. But for hardware, I would suggest moving even downwards to C, like actually programming C.
you can combine it.
Yeah, of course.
So okay. So you mentioned you actually use C++ for programming your day job, and I assume that what you do with the cybersecurity advisory, that's also kind of a day job. How you manage to balance?
That's a night job. So I have like full. Also, you have to understand that I have a team of people, and one of them is my wife, who actually quit her job. So I'm just now I'm just the idea guy and the face of this project called Elnormous. The hard work, communicating with clients, managing my calendar.
Do you call scammers clients or?
No. I mean the companies that want me to work for them, like informing about their new products, for example, MasterCard or banks or Smart ID and other security companies that actually hire me so that I tell about their security or mobile operators, carriers. They want
partnership deals, selling partnership.
yeah. So partnership deals, also companies that want me to teach them about cybersecurity, consulting them.
She's also helping to create content, right?
Well, yeah, she actually does the production of the content. So I'm just a face. I have an idea. I tell her I want this idea. Tell about it. So she goes to store, buys me some, for example, attributes like clown mask, so that I actually, while trolling the scammer, I wear clown makeup and clown hair and nose and all the clothes of a clown. So she goes and buys everything, the setup for the.
Do you allow her to also communicate with lots of scammers?
Yeah, she also communicates. So she herself has a direction of these romantic scammers. Yeah, and I am more to all these investment scammers. Yeah, like
Already some funny stories with the romantic scammers.
yeah, lots of these. I also from time to time communicate with romantic scammers. There are some interesting stories where a girl was impersonating a model, and she sent me pictures of this real model and impersonating her. We did a chat, and then I started searching who she is impersonating, and through reverse image search I find the real model. But I also found an interesting video on YouTube that has the picture that she sent me. And in the description, a UK DJ told that he met this beautiful person online and cannot stop thinking about her. I started searching who this DJ is, found him on Facebook, then found his mobile phone number, and I called him. And we have this all filmed, and I have this on my TikTok. There's a video, and all the other platforms. And I said, hey, this girl you are chatting to, she's not real. She's a scammer. And have you sent her any money? And he said, yeah, well, I sent her $100. She asked me because she really needed it. I said, dude, don't transfer her any more money. She's a scammer. And he was like not convinced. But he said, thanks for advice and will not send any money. Then I started chatting to him, and I sent him the profile of the model that she is impersonating. He was like, yeah, but it's not the same person. I'm like, dude, this picture, scroll down in her Instagram and it's there. Yeah, well, she told me after like a few days, he writes me that she told me that this account is blocked now. It's not, and now she created another account. I'm like, dude, no, it's not, she's not real. And then scammers usually call you often when you don't communicate with them with chat. So they call you, and then when you pick up the phone or pick up the like Instagram call or WhatsApp call, they drop the phone. But I have actually that filmed. She called me, and I picked up the phone, and she didn't drop. And I saw that she's actually a dark-skinned woman, a little obese, probably from Nigeria, because they are romantic scammer MVPs. And yeah, so it's filmed. Like we saw how she actually looks. And now I said, I saw her. I called this DJ. I said, I saw her. She's black skinned and looks nowhere near that woman. And then he like, okay. Then I said, I'm now making a video and I will show it to you, like how she actually looks. And then finally he was like, okay, I'm waiting for the video, because, and that's the thing, when you are communicating with these fake persons, you want to believe that dream that you have finally met your significant other, your loved one, but that's fake.
There was determination from your side just to break his view on that person. Like, do you see this often, right? It's
Yeah. I'm sometimes like clinch to some person that is obviously being scammed, and I try to pull him out until I do. And I have helped lots of people, even with my radio shows, not only the show that I'm currently making, but I had radio shows before that and TV shows also. And lots of people write me that, thank you, you actually pulled me out of romantic scam, because I was so deep in this scam, and you showed me, like you told word for word what they say, and then I finally realized that they're not real. Yeah, so I know that I have helped lots of people, so at least I can tell that I have finally done something good for the world, and it will stay there.
Well, that's nice. So, but again, going back to your situation, at this moment, you're still not Mr. Beast, right? But I mean that like I think you as you have team, you're making some decent money from this good job that you're doing, good work that you're doing. But at the same time, you still have the day job and other responsibilities. So, what would be your advice for other people like you who would like to find some good topic to help the world and still work on day job? how it's possible to combine with
Yeah, I would probably go to some chat GPT or somewhere and just tell me like 10 ideas what should I make my content about, and try all of them, like not skip a single one, because maybe for you cooking or something looks stupid because like nobody would watch it, but that's what I thought about scammers. So you don't know if you are passionate about something, write what you are passionate about, and then ask for 10 ideas and try all of them. Like the lean idea, just make one video about all of them. See which like top 5, which are the most popular, and then create videos about those 5. Then see which 3 of them are still more popular. Then you, after like 30 videos, that's like a magic number. Usually it's even mentioned in one of the lean books, not the lean startup, but running lean. There was one book. Actually, I have it signed by the original author, because during the pandemic, there was this Clubhouse thing.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and I was often guest there in different lean communities, and there was one guy. Oh my God, I don't remember his name, but he's a really cool guy. He wrote this book, Running Lean, and he had a session about lean methodology, and the best question will get a book signed by him. And I joined, and I asked a question like, what is one thing that you don't agree with Eric Ries in his lean startup? And he said like there was one, I don't remember the answer, but there was one thing that he doesn't agree with him. And yeah, my question won, and I received his book. And in his book, he says that like trying 30 ideas or trying 30 times will lead you to the best like local maxima. Not the whole maxima probably, but the local at least.
Like to push it further, like mathematically, statistically, 30 is not that bad number actually. I think starting from 20, if you have a good sampling strategy, you actually could have statistically significant results. But they also then these, if you start from very beginning, maybe broad topics, right? Not everything just about cooking, you know.
Yeah.
And but anyways, the other part of the question, so at which moment you will focus only on that thing, or you will continue to both?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I haven't thought about that. Like, I'm not sure if I'm willing to move away from programming, because this is like a fun thing to do in my spare time. But you know me, I'm passionate about programming, not creating digital content. So probably never. My dream would be maybe if I could. I'm now solving lots of people's problems in capital, and that makes another purpose for my life. I'm finally working in a company where I actually solve problems. But if I could solve even bigger problems with my projects, then I would move away and work on my stuff.
Are you planning to become or make these content in the like direction of like a visual IT, so like you Browning or others, or making really? Oh, there's also an impact because the guy Jim Browning, he what he does, he reverse hacks these and then he actually closed down huge scam call centers in India.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I really believe these YouTubers, because you have to watch this as a show, not as a real. I'm not sure if he even says that that's real, because I have tried lots of these, because he's not the only one. There is Atomic Shrimp and Kid Boga and Scammers Payback and other guys who do the same, and they all claim that almost all of them except Kid Boga. They claim that they shut down these call centers and stuff like that, but I have tried the methods they use, and they are not that stupid. Like, it's not that easy. They even don't open links, like links to real. I have domains that really look like banks, and they still, it's like a real link that to the bank, and there is nothing that gives away that that's not a bank, because they are not from Latvia. They don't know our local bank names, but it really looks like a bank, and they still don't click it. No matter how I try to convince them to click.
Yet, maybe you will find a better.
Maybe, but I have tried all of these YouTuber methods, and
That's probably, if it's true, then they have some methods which they never show.
maybe, but how they disrespect those scammers, how they call them names and stuff like that, and they still are on the line. None of that. For me, I'm communicating with lots of scammers every day, and when I pick up the phone, he says, your money is stuck in some Bitcoin account. I'm like, oh my God, and he drops, because my reaction is not real. Even that one thing gives away that I'm not real. So I'm now training how to react normally, how a normal person would react. So calling him like an asshole or something like that, what they do in these YouTubers, that never works for me.
That's not all the case for all of them. I believe that at least I have watched a lot of those Jim Browning videos. He never actually do that.
Yeah,
it
but
seems very believable. But maybe
yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a particular kind of scammers that they all communicate to, because they're all Indian scammers.
Yeah.
Maybe Indian scammers are that stupid and they actually
open links and files.
yeah. But those scammers that I'm dealing with, they are not stupid. They know what's going on.
All right, right. Okay, let's moving towards the AI. So, well, how much of an impact of AI you already see in this kind of scamming industry?
Yeah, it's translations. That's like obvious one. How I know that they are translations, because my wife, as a woman, for her to translate content for her is harder, because you always have to keep in mind that that's a woman, and there should be a context, because without context, translation, all the translators translate to him, to a male, and
By default, just
yeah, by default, yeah. And that's how we see that these are AI, because sometimes it's her, sometimes it's him, when talking about her. So that's how we know that these are AI translators. Also, they use voice generators. Sometimes
already.
I listen to. I have lots of these voice recordings, and particularly in one of them, I hear that there is something weird about this voice. Maybe he speaks like that, but maybe there is some AI involved. Not sure, but because yeah, lots of them speak Latvian, lots, and it's yeah, it's weird. Maybe they are all Latvians who are.
But these are
hired.
the phone scams, but the AI could be used much more easily for the emails, right?
Also, yeah, emails, chats, WhatsApp groups,
Yeah.
everywhere there's some AI involved. Also, we will probably soon see AI involved in voting, like deep fakes of politicians. That's already in Slovakia. There was a deep fake of one of the candidates, like talking to a press person about how to buy votes.
I mean, like a compromised material where they, for example, talk about bribes, where they're actually not talking.
And it was leaked 3 days before the elections, and he lost. So maybe that was one of the reasons why he lost.
Yeah, isn't it the same situation with any other digital content that we need to be educated that they don't trust
definitely
things.
That's why what I would like to note here, that people watch my content and they think like that I'm encouraging to forbid AI. That's not then we should forbid social networks, like blogs or video like TikToks, where I have seen so many fake disinformation on TikTok from Latvians, that they tell lies about companies. I then go check to some gatekeepers like LSM or somewhere, and I just search about the topic, and it's total lies. But then we should like forbid those too. And I am just showing that you will be able not only write a fake blog post, but even voice it as a person that you are faking. So we will just pay more attention to more content.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting because like seems that they say the legacy media, now there's the social what's the name, the journalism where basically anyone can be a journalist, right?
Yeah.
Or and then at the end everything comes back that we need some kind of trustworthy sources to verify things.
Yeah, exactly. That's called gatekeepers, and we will have to finally, people will be forced to use gatekeepers like LSM and Latvian radio or Latvian television, because everything else could not be trusted, or big media like Delphi and
If you're lucky enough to build your follower base large enough, then you play in the same game as gatekeepers. But that game is already far ahead right now. I think it's will be hard to catch up with trustworthy news source.
I think it's not that bad because okay, I myself or any other social content creator will not be a gatekeeper, but people will trust us. But whenever there is one thing that we lie about, then that's it. Our trust is gone, and I hope at least that lots of people will move away from these content creators who lie. So there will be new ones in place of them, and that's the biggest problem. I think the smaller ones who appear, lie to people, and then disappear, and then new ones come. And we will have to educate people that nobody can be trusted on the internet.
So then, the AI exaggerates this, makes it much more common. So and then so far it seems from what you're telling that currently the scam attacks, which are more sophisticated than just basic like Indian and Nigerian attacks, but here are in the Eastern Europe, Eastern Baltics, there are a little bit more advanced scammers, as you say, but then still they are like a phishing, like it's like a just like drop out the net, and they don't even care for each person individually, right? It's not like a targeted attack, right?
No, that depends. That really depends. There are some attacks, like in Hong Kong recently, $25 million were scammed out of a person. So he was working for a Hong Kong company, and then some board member from UK called him, and with his voice from his phone number, his phone number was spoofed, and said that he has to transfer 25 million. And he said, like, that's against our policy, I will not do that. And then he asked, okay, let's have a Zoom call. And there like tens of, I think there was more than 10 colleagues joined, and they all convinced him to transfer. He transferred the money, and all of them were deep fakes. The video, the audio, everything was deep fake. So even targeted attacks can be done with
So
AI.
you bring good point here, and that was where I was leading, that because of AI tools, right, it allows these primitive scams to become really targeted.
Yeah, and there are tools like Fraud GPT on dark web. You pay $60 a month, and it tells you step by step how to scam people.
Oh, it's like a educator bot, right?
Yeah, and so there are presentations leaked from China. China is really into these scam like these phishing scams and stuff like that, and they have a presentation on like 30 slides of all the information, like how to react to different questions and to every situation. And it works, like, even if it works like 50% of the time, it's still huge money. But now you can load this presentation into a like large language model, train him even more with new stuff that comes out, and you can improve this percentage like to more than 50%. And yeah.
But do you see already that scammers are starting to not something like these high profile scams, but using the AI or targeted attacks or not yet?
In Latvia,
How do people also can protect themselves in the near future when, for example, if I'm not careful, I can leak some data that can be easily used for targeted attacks?
yeah, well, first thing is you're talking about open source intelligence, where you scan all the public information about you, the things you have posted yourself, the things that others have posted about you. For example, LinkedIn is a really good place for open source intelligence. You are sitting at your office and you just make a selfie with yourself, but there is another guy entering a password or something, and you are just filming a short video on Instagram about how was your work day, and in the background somebody types his password, and only by movement of hands with some like I don't know 10% probability you can guess his password. That's enough for me to like take hundred of these videos of people entering something and guess one of the passwords. And that's enough to scam out lots of money from that person that I guessed the password.
Well, that's like at least for me sounds a pretty extreme example possible, but what would be like from your experience, your knowledge, more like relatable, simple, everyday data nuggets that
People taking selfies. Hey, my first day in my job, and there is his badge. You zoom in the badge, clean it up, replace it with a different name, print it, go to the office. You have a badge. Everybody will let you in.
So we're taking selfies in different locations,
Yeah.
different data.
Yeah, from the window, just look from the window, you can find out his location of his apartment, and then you
So
can.
I assume for these targeted attacks, what could work better? Like if somebody tries, and I actually called you. I had this experience, so I was very angry because one nasty scammer stole me 1 hour of my life, which I cannot get back. He is trying to convince me that that somebody took a ball on my name using some documents and all sorts of unbelievable nuggets of information. But the one thing which why I sticked so long in that call, because early in the call, the scammer was so telling that that the person went to particular bank, tried to do this with the lawyer's signature, whatever how it's called in English.
Let me guess, is it Swedbank?
Might be.
Yeah,
but
90% of Latvians use Swedbank. So
but this is different. Quite state. That's why I'm at. That's why I have a point here. So they went to that bank, and they said that it was not successful because the bank told that you don't have an account there. And actually, what I did was like just for a lock purposes, most likely it was like last year, week before that, I closed the account in that bank, and that's why I was connected and stick. But you can imagine that if somebody was able to use AI to collect much data for you, they can create these very personalized stories for you, to make it so believable.
Exactly, and that these web crawlers, there are these things that you can actually. There are models that collect, like search all the internet with your face, with everything, and creates a database about you. You can buy them on dark web and get all the information you need about.
Are you in the monitoring what you can buy in dark web?
No, but I read a lot of books where they tell these
You need
stories.
to know the right market price there. It's not that easy to find it.
I also have to know how scammers work so that I can inform people of the risks.
So, but again, so you said one thing, selfies. What other data security aspects in the personal and business settings we should be aware of, so that in let's say a couple of years, AI technologies could not be used against us because we just leak a lot of data?
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably probably the less information, the best answer is the less information you share, the better, because like everything can be used against you. Like there is I don't know, selfie or any other information where you mentioned or maybe in the corner there's one dog, like only his tail visible, and like after 5 years or maybe less, a scammer calls you that I heard that your dog is ill, and you are like, I have never said anyone that I have a dog and that he's sick right now, and he can just guess that because probably after 5 years there will be some illness problems with your dog, and yeah, so that's just an example how like anything in your picture can be used against you. And there is this thing of finding people online. There are some content creators that say you have to create a picture or a video where you say, hey, this person, like mentioning his name, tell me where I am, and then film some short video. And those methods that they use are crazy, like which part are the sun coming from, matching that to clock, then he knows at what direction is his building, then the type of leaves outside the window, his interior, what the design is, and from that he sticks everything together and gives a precise location where he's located.
Like investigative work also.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's not only used by scammers but also police.
Okay, that's a good point. Let's towards the end, let's move to the defense. So again, and also the AI part. So first of all, what I know that from talking to people that first one, like an actual example, some guy recently contacted me and asked like really funny question that how could I build these AI agents that would help to grow my social media presence by automatically generating the comments, posts, whatever. And immediately I understand, like if he makes anything like that or buys something like that, immediately social platform will block him, ban him, because they will detect it. But how realistically in the future these platforms can help to fight these automated accounts, because otherwise if everything is automated, then there's a lot less value to those platforms.
Yeah, that's also a good question. Not sure, because obviously you can see some signs that like that this is that something's weird going on here. Like his content is mediocre, but at one particular day everybody started to like the content and comment. Of course, you can create a more advanced bot that at start likes one video.
But I think it's wouldn't you agree that this is not about the content, this is about the activity. Basically, I even know some people who are trying to grow up audiences outside the Baltics, right? And then they hire people in different countries with the phones, where they connect with any desk and post from those phones and make those people move around. Because otherwise, as soon as the platform will see you start posting content from location in one place, target another place. So
yeah, but one thing you cannot cheat is human behavior, and if you see that this person has registered in India a year ago and starts liking all your videos, there is something weird. And one thing that we can play, one piece of data, is how old is the account. And it's not that easy to buy like 10-year-old accounts who like your videos, because they will probably get banned like some time ago. Another piece of information we have is his location, of course, and the language he uses, and there are some evidence that you cannot hack. And even if you change your native language from Indian to Latvian, like hundreds of people start to change their language from Indian to Latvian. Is Latvia starting to become relevant, really? So yeah, I think the automated content probably there are some ways to fight that, probably.
The other way which I have heard and seen is also on the X. What they do is try to fight it in a monetary way. That if I am a new account, if I want to, send you a message, maybe I need to pay you, or I'm only following accounts which I pay. Was obviously there's money involved, so it's like in the captchas. The captchas, almost any captchas can be broken, right?
Yeah.
It just depends on how much it costs. Like
Yeah.
so it's just a little bit of threshold to not being as able to attack, right?
Yeah, exactly. But well, then if there is a paid social network, then there will be one who outperforms it that is free, probably, because everything paid is usually.
It's like in old days, post stamps, like
Yeah.
basically. One day, like if you just realize that Gmail is not able to handle fighting against automated content, then maybe you would prefer to put a paid stamp on.
Probably not.
No?
I don't think that postal services will ever compete with.
No, I mean not the postal, but so that paid communication. That's something that we cannot rule out. It might happen.
Might happen, but highly unlikely, probably. I think, yeah, for us it's easy to speak about like what's $5 a month, but for lots of people, there are some people who write me every day like I. They think that I'm fighting against everything digital. That annoys them, and one thing is that people are writing me, I'm annoyed by these ads on YouTube. I hate them. Like how to fight them. This is they are scamming me, and like this is they are taking my time, so they are stealing from me and stuff like that. Like you are not paying for the service, so you have to deal with with the ads. That's not bad. But even if they have to pay like a few bucks a month to remove these ads to YouTube, but they treat it as a stealing from them, and they will always use free services. And if you are interested only in the bubble of people who are willing to pay, that's a really small bubble. The bigger bubble is those who want to want free.
Depends also in the industries. Like if I'm having professional work and I want to do professional communication and not be disturbed by all like you sitting here receiving scam calls every 5 minutes. So then I would pay,
Yeah, but probably your clients will be those outside your bubble. And I really suggest reading this book free. It's written by the author of DuckDuckGo, and really good piece of reading. And then there's lots of information. And his theory, and I really agree to that everything is eventually becoming free. Everything. Like for example, computers. Now you can go on to Facebook Marketplace or other listing services, and you can get a computer for free. It will be probably a really slow and bad computer, but you can get it for free. And everything eventually will become free. And now moving back to paid, that's against my beliefs that we will somehow reverse this inertia towards free.
Interesting. Interesting. So again, to come to the end, there was recently the Google announcement. Did you saw it with the system that on the phone it will monitor and warn you for scams?
Yeah, well, it will probably work sometime, and then it won't, because they will just train their agents to speak like.
Right, they are not static. Scammers. If you invent some way to stop them.
Yeah, they will just speak like telemarketers, because they have to somehow differentiate between telemarketers and scammers, because they speak the same language. And then they will see, okay, this word is immediately the trigger for this AI. So yeah, for some time it will work, definitely.
Okay, so then do you have any suggestions for AI tools that you use that you like that others can benefit?
Well, I use AI a lot in everyday work. One is, of course, deepfakes. I will probably not name the tools, but there are lots of tools like they generate lots of nasty things. The voice transformation is just the tip of the iceberg. There are deep fake video tools and there are deep nude tools. You can just post a picture and it will generate a deep fake of the person, which is a big problem. Currently, probably it will not be a big problem in like 5 years because nobody will believe any nude photo online. But now for teenagers, it's a big problem. And I'm consulting this trust phone line for teenagers, and that is a big problem. So yeah, will not mention those, but for me, I'm, for example, still into game development. I actually developed a collectible card game for my kids about Bear Slayer or Large Places, because there is no collectible card game in Latvian. And I want them to, they know English very well, even though they are still not in school, they're preschool, but they know English so well that I actually want to stop this a little bit so that they actually learn Latvian a bit better. So I created a collectible card game about Bear Slayer, and the art is being generated by Stable Diffusion. I finally found a really good model that was trained on top of Stable Diffusion that generates really good images for the cards. And I use Llama 3 for programming. So it's those who don't know, Llama 3 is a model released by Meta, the creators of Facebook, and it really competes with ChatGPT even 4. It's really good level of answers are really quality is really good, and also some other tools. Not sure. I have lots of tools on my PC. I don't have to pay for GitHub Copilot. Yeah, of course, GitHub Copilot and stuff. But I also have lots of tools on my PC, so I don't pay for electricity that I would use for warming my room. I just turn on AI on my PC and it's like 80 degrees constantly, and it actually works. My room is warm from my PC.
You got all the heating.
Yeah.
Place your AI read there.
Yeah, so I use lots of tools and I pay for them just to know how they work. And
did you ever try Perplexity? Paid version.
No, paid, not paid. Only
I'm using it for the last 6 months instead of Google.
Yeah,
like it's if you configure it right, and you could know how to write the prompts in the sense that not the magical prompts, but just so it's just literally can do things much faster. So like just quick example, how this huge American truck that I built myself, like you call it, and basically I drive on the highway and I get these strange lights on my panel. Imagine how much time it would take me in the Google to find what it means. I type the situation in Perplexity, it immediately says check your brake fluid level. See, it's low. Go in the gas station. There's written .3. So in gas station there's only .4. I type like, can I pour in .4 and .3? Yeah, it's better. You can replace it. All of those things would take like so much time.
Exactly. I totally agree. Yeah, I only tried the free versions occasionally, but okay, I will try the paid one.
I like that there is something that competes with Google.
Yeah. Why Google? OpenAI.
Well, so yeah. I need to watch your videos. You need to watch my videos. But the thing is that ChatGPT is weak on web search on RAG systems, whereas other competitors actually focus more on the search functions. And Perplexity is one of those who can directly replace.
Okay, so for me, ChatGPT generates pretty good web results.
If you would try, you would be much more impressed.
Okay, we'll try.
Okay, again, where the listeners can find you? When are you planning to produce content in English?
Yeah, so English channel is underway. I will probably do it like in month or two. And for now, only Latvian only on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Actually,
What will be the name for the English channel?
it will be LV, like because Latvia, and my name is Elvis, uh, and people call me just hey LV, and
Okay,
so it's
LV. Let's try to put that
yeah,
link in the description and
yeah, it's
grow
LV.
your English audience because you
Yeah,
have great content in local language.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, thanks for joining me. There was lots of topics. Probably we'll need to have another talk sometime.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thanks for
Thank you.
inviting, and I hope you learned something.
Thanks for joining the episode of Bay Ranch. Please share this to your friends so everybody know this content and see you in the next video.